Hello, beautiful flowers, and welcome to today's video. In this video, we're going to be doing a budget with me for week 4 or paycheck number 4 of October. So stick around if you want to see how I break down my paycheck. So this week we are working with $1,500. This is my husband's paycheck. And we are going to dive right in and start with the big stuff. I'm actually going to turn this way. I can see things a little bit easier. Sorry if you can hear my husband coughing in the background. He has a little bit of a cold and it's loud to me, but it might not pick up here on camera. So first we have the big stuff. Of course, we usually put $220 towards rent. So I'm going to go ahead and write that in. And then we have debt. So debt, I've been trying to put a lot more this month towards. I'm going to go ahead and put another $450 towards rent. Really trying to tackle this. And then spending, I will give us $200. $150 didn't work a couple weeks ago. As I'm filming this, we're currently on our $200 spending from my previous paycheck. And so we're going to try 200 again. It's been going pretty well this week so far. So let's go ahead and total up our big expenses for the week. So we have $220 for rent, $450 for debt, $200 for spending. That is $870. And if we gave ourselves $1,500 to work with, minus $870, we have $630 remaining for our bills, our sinking funds, and our savings. All right, kicking it off the bills area with utilities. I usually like to give around $30 to $40. I think I'm going to go right in the middle with $35 for this week. Our phone bill, I usually like to give $30 to $40. I'm going to stick right in the middle again and give $35. Subscriptions, I usually give $10 to. Insurance, I give $50, and parking gets its usual $20. So let's go ahead and total up this section. Is $150. Now, the reason I'm able to kind of speed through the bill section is because I've been doing my bills this way for quite a few months. I've gotten sort of a rhythm and a feel for what I need for each of these categories, but it didn't always start out this way. In the very beginning, what I would do is I would try and figure out what my bill would be for that month. Let's say for my utilities include my water, my heating and electric, and my internet all together. So I would take the total of those bills and divide it by how many times I was going to be stuffing cash. So for me, that's 4 times a month. So I would total up my previous month's bills just to kind of get an idea of what my total would be, divide that by 4, and then that's how much I would stuff. Now I sort of have a feeling for what my bills will be, and I know that I need to stuff anywhere between $30 to $40, just depending on how I feel like the bill will be. So it's kind of hard to explain, but once you start budgeting and getting into a rhythm, you will also find your averages for what you need to stuff for your bills. So we're doing $150 towards bills. So if we had $630 left over from our last category, our big stuff, and we deduct $150 for bills, we have $480 remaining for savings and sinking funds. I'm going to jump over to our savings because savings is more important to me than my sinking funds. I always like to save before I put money into our sinking funds. So our house category, we're saving up for a new house. I'm going to put a little bit more. I usually put $40-ish. I'm going to go ahead and put $50 this week. Emergency, I usually do around $50 if I can. And then our 100 envelope, here is my 100 envelope breakdown. I think I'm going to do one large one and one small one. Large for me is anything above 50. So I'm actually going to do number 51. And then a small one will do maybe number 7. That was just completely random. And if it works out where I have to switch it because I don't have enough for another fund, I'll always switch out my 100 envelope challenge to make room for other categories if I need to. All right, so our total for savings is 50 plus 50 plus 51 plus 7 So $159. And we had $480 left over from bills. So $321 is remaining. And that takes care of our savings. So then we are going to head right over to our sinking funds. And the way I usually like to do this is I take whatever amount I have remaining after budgeting my other categories, and I try to divide it evenly among the other ones. So I have 11 categories here, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, 11. So 321 divided by 11 is 29. I'm gonna round down and go 25 for each of these categories. And then whatever is left over, I will pick any categories that I think need a little more love for this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 25 in each of these, and then I will make adjustments afterwards. So I'm gonna quickly write 25 in. Okay. So just to remind myself, we had $321 to work with, for our sinking funds, and we have 11 sinking funds. So we did 25 categories, $25 over 11 categories is $275 minus our 321. So we have $46 to add towards our sinking funds. So I think one thing, low battery, that's not fun. One thing I'm thinking is to add more to gifts. I'm gonna go ahead and add $10 more to our gifts because we have anniversary and birthdays coming up. So I'm gonna minus 10 from our leftovers, and then I'm gonna add 10 to our gifts, making 35. We also have our vacation coming up, so I'm gonna add 10 to that as well. 35. And Christmas as well. We have met our goal for our Christmas fund, but I feel like I can always use a little bit more. So I'm going to deduct 10 and add 10 to Christmas. And we have $16 left to work with. I'm thinking, I know I'm going to have a doctor's appointment coming up and I really want to build that up. So I'm going to add another 10 to health. And finally, we have $6 left. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to our miscellaneous fund. So 25 plus 6 is 31 towards our miscellaneous. Just because I have a feeling with Halloween coming up, it's my husband's favorite holiday. I just have a feeling we're gonna have a lot of miscellaneous expenses when it comes to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and total up our sinking funds total here. So perfect, $321, which means we have 0 left over. So then I'm gonna flip this guy back this way and I'm gonna write in our totals for each of the categories. So we had 630 going towards the big stuff, 150 towards bills, 159 towards savings, and 321 towards sinking funds. So I'm going to total this up and it should be $1,500. I must have done that wrong. 630 plus 150 plus 159 plus 321. I'm only getting 1260. What did I do wrong? Oh, I wrote in the remaining after my big stuff. It's 870 for big stuff, right? Yeah, 870. Let's try this again. 870, 150, 159, 321, 1,500. Perfect. All right, zooming back out here. So here's my overall budget for this paycheck. Of course, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Let me know if I made any more mistakes other than that one right there. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.